Hello traders, this is Forex Nelson. I'm back again today with another 11 trades. Today's date is July the 16th and I'm using my BB Scalper trading system. This system uses Bollinger Bands along with the super signal indicator, the arrows, along with down at the bottom here there's some oscillating indicators. Now you will get an audio sound and this pop-up box suggesting to buy and or sell. Now every morning at 6 o'clock I'm in front of the computer looking at all the different instruments, both Forex and the futures, the indexes, and of course I'm looking at my daily trade plan, and of course I am looking for trend direction, like should I be buying or should I be selling. Once I make that decision, I'll manually put in this white arrow. Now on this particular day there was some high impact news. Here it is right here. On Wednesday, July 16th, we had the core PPI, which stands for Producer Price Index. And of course, we got the PPI month over month. It's red, it's high impact, and the market will move. And of course, it's red, the actual, which means on the USD, we're going to be selling the US dollar. But it will affect many different instruments. Now here is my daily trade plan. It's an expert advisor. It checks from the monthly right down to the 30 minutes, does a bunch of calculations, and within the comments here it'll say look for bearish trades, bullish trades. Sometimes it'll say preferred, and sometimes it's running a bit flat or not enough strength. Now if you're trading without any kind of a daily trade plan, well, that's one good reason why you are still struggling. If you have any questions regarding this daily trade plan, you can look right below this video. There's a write-up on it, and of course you can always get in contact with me. Another tool that I highly recommend you get your hands on is called the FibMaster tool. After you get it, you'll just click on this tab right here. You would go from swing point high, swing pivot low right here. There's your pullback, hit entry number 2. And as a general rule, if it hits the entries, it should hit targets 2, 3, 4, or 5. And on this day, as you can see, it hit target number 6. And it does have 10 different targets, as you can see right here. Target 10. Great tool to have. Works fantastic, mainly because millions of traders all over the world use Fibonacci. If you have any questions regarding this FibMaster tool, well, there's more information right below this video in the description. And if you have further questions, well, just get in contact with me. Okay, let's check out these trades I've taken. Taken Forex at the top here. And of course, futures, the indexes, as you can clearly see, they move a lot more and pay a lot more. So on this first one right here, the Euro Aussie, drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Got in at this cursor, closed it out here. Did drop down some more, but I wasn't too worried about that. I just look at the totals and when I'm happy, and I'm usually happy when I have minimum 200 and or more, of course, pips and or ticks. Got in at this point, closed it out here, locking in, it looks like 12, and those 12 pips paid out $84. Okay, moving on to the Euro Yen is the next one. Let's run a check on that. We're just going to drag and drop this up. Wanted to be selling it. Sold it at this point, and when I pulled the trigger, it did qualify for a great way to trade. Took the trade at this cursor. If I stayed in, I would have made a lot more, 78 pips, but I was happy with the, looks like about 20. And those 20 pips paid out $134. Okay, moving on to the next trade I did, the pound Swiss. This one I wanted to be buying. As you can see, the arrow from the daily trade plan. Even looking at the charts, quite clear. You know, here's your bullet BB squeeze. And of course, everything was telling me it's going to go up. So we're going to drag and drop this up, see where I got in at, first of all. Took the trade at this point, as I knew it was going to go up with 95% certainty. And I closed it out here just being happy with 17 pips. And that ended up paying out $223. Okay, moving on to the futures now. S&P 500. Start with that one. This one I wanted to be buying it. Drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Went up even more so, but I was happy when I closed it out. Took the money, divided by 5 as it pays $5 for each tick. Easy to see that it should be 70. So we're looking for 70. That's as close as I'm going to be able to show, but it is 70. 70 ticks paying out $350. Okay, let's move on to crude oil. Crude oil pays $10 for each tick. So looking at the money, easy to see this should be 39. So we're just going to drag and drop this up. Wanted to be selling it. Very clear from 6 o'clock going down, and down it went. And of course, took the trade at this point. And I close it out here, looking for 39. There it is right there. And that ended up paying out $390. Okay, moving on to the next trade it did, which is Dow Jones. This one pays $5 for each tick. So I took the money, divided by 5. Calculator says we're looking for 89. So let's just drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. So I took the trade at the beginning of this big blue candle here. And of course, away it went up. And there it is right there, 89 ticks, paying out $445. This trade also qualified for a great way to trade. It's another thing I'm looking for on every chart. It's very high success rate. And I love trading. That method I call a great way to trade. Moving right along now to the next trade, which is Russell. On the Russell, it does pay $10 for each tick. Looking at the money, easy to see this should be 51. So let's drag and drop this up. See where I got in at. Another one qualified for a great way to trade. Arrows from the super signal. Everything looking good. Daily trade plan said to buy. So up it went. Looking for 51. There it is right there. And that paid out $510. Trading is easy and a lot of fun, but only after you get enough education and all the proper tools to guide you into the trading world. So on the next trade here, NASDAQ. This one pays $20 each tick. So I took the money, divided by 20. Calculator says it's approximately 40. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. In here, out there. Glad I'm out because it did a reversal. It's just the way the market is. It's very random. You can only trade on what all the different things that are telling you between the indicators, daily trade plan, and of course how the charts look. We're looking for 40. There it is right there. 40 ticks paying out $802. Okay, moving on to gold now. The next trade, gold. Gold pays $10 for each tick. Easy to see with the money. It's 98, so let's just drag and drop this up. Wanted to be selling it, and I sold it at this point. And at this point, it did qualify for a great way to trade and did a bit of a pullback. Didn't bother me, but finally it kicked in. Let's see right here. That was the opening bell, 9:30 right there. And of course the Forex, which was right on this candle, the one that did this little spiking up and down. So we're looking for 98, and down it went. 98, it's right on, and that ended up paying $981. Okay, moving on to the DAX 30, and as you can see, I put in 2 trade positions, 1 lot each. I was pretty sure it was going to go up, so let's run a check on it on this DAX 30. Now I dropped it down to the 5 minutes to try to get a reading. This is 6 a.m. Daily trade plan, the super signal. So let's drag and drop this first one up. See where I got in at. Took the trade here and I closed it out right at that point. Took the money divided by $3.75, 3.75. On the first trade here, it looks like it's 270. So let's see if I can find that 270. That's 278. And that's as close as I'm going to be able to show, but it's 270. And on this first trade, that paid out $1,012. Now on the second position, I took it before. It was the first position I took, 718. The last one I took later on. But let's drag and drop this up so it's before this cursor. So, like I said, not this cursor, before this one, so it's this one. Now I took the calculator, divided by 3.75. Calculator says we're looking for 285. So getting in at this point, closed it out at, let's see. Like I said, got in at this point, and I closed it out at this point. Looking for 285. That's as close as I'm going to be able to show, but it's 285, and that paid out $1,068. So another great day of trading. And of course, I knew it was going to be well over 200 pips and or ticks. Grand total came to 991, and all of those pips and ticks paid out $6,002. So if your system's not producing like my BB Scalper, recommend you get your hands on it. Don't forget about the daily trade plan, and don't forget about the FibMaster tool. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to need lots of tools and good training, good system on how to trade the markets, or else you'll never ever succeed at trading. Remember, 95% of traders fail at trading. So if you have any questions or you want to get your hands on anything, quite simple. All you got to do is get in contact with me. That's quite easy to do. All you have to do is look right below this video. In the description, you'll get my contact information plus a lot of other information. Now you can pick up the phone and call me directly. And remember, a very good tip is, if you're going to buy anything from anybody, make sure you can call them directly. You want to be buying from a person who's not only trading the system, but he's also selling the system. Because if you're buying from somebody who's not even trading, well then how can he answer your questions? It's impossible. So, now if you can't get in contact with me by phone, well, just get in contact with me by email. I really do prefer Teams. Used to be Skype, but now switched over to Teams. Microsoft owns both of them, but Skype, sad to say, is no longer available. So now I use Teams. I made a Teams link. All you got to do is click on it. We'll have a Teams connection. And at that point, I should be able to answer most of your questions, along with screen sharing if need be. You will also see in the description 5 different packages. My newest and latest package is called How to Make 10K a Day Trading Mini Lots. You can use the same method if you're happy with a 1K a day. So I teach how to do that, whether it's 1K or 10K. You will see each package, a write-up about it. I do charge $250 for each package, and I do have a special offer. If you buy 2 packages, I'll give you one of the other 3 packages for free. One of the main reasons I got into trading over 20 years ago is I got fed up with working 5 days a week to have 2 days off. The way I can trade today is I can work 2 days and have a 5-day extended weekend every weekend. And I do travel a lot. This weekend, traveling again, either with family or the wife. This way here, all I need is my laptop and internet, and I can trade continuously if I so desire. Trading is fantastic, but only after you learn how to trade the markets. Well, just about time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trading day and video, I want to wish you good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.